Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at the new dynamic duo Goten and Trunks that got their EZA recently on Global Dokkan. And to say this unit got a massive buff is putting it lightly. These two got a pretty much revamp of their super attack and passive skill, making them pretty good, I would say, in my opinion. They increased their attack, they increased their defense, and pretty much transformed their passive. So today we're going to be taking a look at them. They can hit hard, they can defend, so you're not going to want to miss this showcase. So first, we're going to be taking a look at the movie hero category team. We're going to be running them. Obviously, the Goten and Trunks are going to be linked up together. We're going to bring the LR Super Saiyan 2 Tech Gohan. If you don't have this unit, you can also run the Super Saiyan Gogeta, who transforms into Super Saiyan Blue. He's also a movie hero lead. So if you don't have that LR, we're going to be bringing Trunks for his support for Hybrid Saiyans, the LR Gobros, because he does link up well with Goten and Trunks, and he also will be able to activate Goten's final link of Kamehameha. We're also going to bring the physical Gohan, because he also does give a support to movie heroes. So that's the first team we're going to be running them on. Second team we're going to run him on is the Super Saiyan category team. Now, the reason why I want to run Super Saiyans is because I don't think Super Saiyans gets a lot of play anymore in the current meta, and it kind of fell by the wayside where people don't really run them too often. You have LR Super Saiyan Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, who maybe many people have at this point, but if you don't, this team's kind of hard to run. The next leader for Super Saiyans is STR Goku, so if you can switch them out if you want to run this team. Also, I want to run this team because you don't really run it often and want some variety, kind of mix it up. So that's why I'm running this team. We have LR Gohan, the free-to-play Ghost Gotenks, who is also another orb changer, who I think will link up very well with this team. And again, Trunks, because he is a good support. He's just not going to support the LR Goku, but LR Goku can hold his own in this team. Okay, so we're on the GT Legendary Goku event. Now, I'm not going to be running through the whole event, but I wanted to showcase these guys first on the Movie Heroes team on this event, because one, the GT Legendary Goku event does ramp up pretty quickly. It is a challenging event, and this Goku, the enemy, can hit pretty hard, so I think it would be a good first test of how these units play out and how well they can perform, tank, and attack all in one shot. So let's see how they are from the get-go. So we actually have the perfect rotation where it's going to be Trunks, Goten, and the Gobros, where Gobros is going to activate the Goten's last link of Kamehameha. So they don't have support, they haven't supered, they're sitting at 84k defense and almost 100k defense. Now my Trunks is 79%, my Goten's 90%, so just keep that in mind when you're using these units. They're not completely rainbowed, but if you don't have them rainbowed, they still will perform very well. So the Trunks has every link except Royal Lineage active. Goten has every link active because of the Gobros. If he didn't, it would just be it would leave off Kamehameha. And Gobros has Super Saiyan and Golden Warrior active. So honestly, this is a good first rotation that we're going to see. This Goku shouldn't hit that hard, but they'll give us a chance to have them ramp up a little bit. So they're taking double digits, which is to be expected off this first turn. So he hit about 500k. This Goten is probably going to hit a little bit harder because he has type advantage, and 2.7. So the massive buffs that these two units got is pretty significant. They went from just buffing their attack, I believe, for 3 turns, and a passive that pretty much made them absolutely useless, to now causing supreme damage on their super attack and raising their attack and defense for 6 turns. I did give my units pretty much full additional. I don't think there is a good or bad way really of building this unit. You could add a little bit more crit because of their passive where they give a chance, I believe, raise 18% chance to crit. But if you did full additional, there's nothing wrong with that. If you did more of a heavier additional and then add some crit, that's also not bad. I think maybe going full crit is probably not the way to go, but again, to each his own. I don't think there's an exact way you could really mess this unit up or units up. So right now they're at 127k. That Trunks and Goten shot up to 144k. That's just off one super. So Trunks actually increased his defense pretty significantly from the turn before. And we're gonna get these orbs. He does have almost every link active again. That's from the Trunks. He's not gonna have Kamehameha. This actually, Tech Gohan has Super Saiyan Prepare for Battle and Shattering the Limit. So that's actually not bad for Trunks or Goten or even the new LR2 for his links. He actually links up pretty well with this unit. So Trunks is at 2.6 million. It's pretty decent numbers for even being at 79% and from their EZA. He's taking double digits. Goten's almost at a 3 million attack stat and 2.4 crit, and he gets an additional. Let's see how much damage this does. 1.3. He didn't crit, but that still does really decent damage. Now, from their passive, they get 100% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then they get an additional attack 100% when they perform a super attack. So that's why you're going to see that increased number once they super. They have a chance of performing a critical hit plus 18%, and they reduce damage received by 18%. They also give allies attack and defense plus 18%, but they need to be linked up either Goten and Trunks together in the same turn, or if there's a Krillin or Android 18 on the team, then they'll be giving that 18%. So they will reduce damage, they'll give your allies a buff, and they give crit chance, which honestly, so they're going to be working very well on the teams that they're able to be run on, given the fact that you're pretty much going to do everything for your team and for themselves. It's kind of insane how much of a buff that they gave these units from their EZA. So they do have support on rotation. Trunks is at 200k defense, Goten's at almost 300k defense, and hopefully we don't get supered in the back because that Gohan is going to be in deep trouble. They're getting a 40% attack and defense buff. So that's what you're seeing there, why his numbers jumped up so much. So let's see what they can do here. I'm pretty excited to see what they can do. Tanking double digits, 3.3 mil attack stat. Hits for 1.3. Can we get the additional super? He didn't crit. Let's see how well Trunks tanks this. 43k off a super. Now, this is the part. Wow, Goten's at 4 million attack stat, 1.5. They're not critting, but they're still doing really good damage. Like, it's kind of crazy how well they built them and how much of an improvement this made. What I was saying is, so Goku now in this stage has started to ramp up his attack. I remember from going through the GT Legendary event that this stage is where it starts actually getting hard, because if you get supered in the wrong position or take a type disadvantage super from this Goku, it's pretty much either GG or you're almost losing almost more than half your health in this stage. So this is a good test to see how well they're able to perform on this team and in this stage. Now, honestly, you probably wouldn't bring this exact team to take on this event just because LR Gohan does have a chance of just getting pummeled in the later stages, especially when you get into that end stage and their defense doesn't ramp up that much. So keep that in mind if you're running this team. I'm just doing this to kind of see how well they tank in this event. So it's turn 7. So Trunks is at 135k defense, Goten's at 240k defense. They do have Go Bros on rotation again. So hopefully we can get some crits and see how much damage they can actually put out. So we'll get these here. We might get supered in the back end, so we'll see if we can survive that. So Trunks is at 2.8. Oh, you dodge. Come on. That's some bullshit. 3.5, don't dodge. 1.2, he gets additional. He's almost at a 4 million attack stat. Please get a crit. And he's not critting. And that's that 18%, and that's why maybe it's a little bit better to give him a little bit more crit. If I get some extra copies, I might invest in a little bit more crit so he can hit harder. But his attack stat is very high for... Well, very high for being what it is. Like I said, I didn't want to go too far in this event, so they're hitting pretty hard and they're tanking really well. So that will be it for this event. We're going to hop into the next team and see how they do. All right, so we're jumping into the Infinite Dragon Ball History stage for the Super Saiyans team. It actually might be a little bit difficult to find a Super Saiyan Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, just because they're not that common. So this one's 55%. I had to jump in maybe like once or twice, and I was able to find them on my friends list. So hopefully it's not too difficult if you want to run this team. Again, you can try running the Planet Namek Saga Goku, who turns into Super Saiyan. So he's another option you could run on this team, just in case like you guys are having trouble finding him. I don't actually know how well he would link up with the Goten and Trunks, but it shouldn't be too bad. And again, you're just going to use the leader as a floating unit or stick one of the friend units on the team. So actually Trunks is doing some decent damage right off the bat. We're on the youth category of the Infinite Dragon Ball History stage. It's all as fitting since you're using the boys to run this stage, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to fight them, I guess, or put them up against the youth category. Now, what's interesting about the Goten and Trunks is they pretty much made them the exact same with some of the categories that they're on are a little different. Like Goten is on Siblings Bond, but Trunks isn't. And again, when I pointed out earlier that Trunks is on, I believe, Battle of Wits, but Goten isn't. So it's almost like they're saying like, oh, Trunks is smart and Goten's pretty much dumb, which you'd think that they would be pretty much exactly the same, considering the fact that they made their EZAs and the passive exactly the same, just one's physical and one's AGL. The other thing that's a little different is the one link of Royal Lineage and Kamehameha. Now, both of my units, I don't have any equips on them yet. I didn't link level them up, so you're seeing a pretty much base form, and they're still doing really well. If you were to give them some equips, you maybe would invest in some attack, or you could, if you went full additional like I did, you could invest some crit into them, depending on how well your orbs are, and that would actually make up for some of their passive because they are giving a crit chance. So let's see how much damage this does. I don't think she hits fairly hard to begin with, but Trunks was taking double digits, and Goten, because he didn't super, took about 20k, so nothing too crazy there. We're gonna want to either link up Gohan with the Trunks and float the Spirit Bomb Absorbed. This team is just pretty much made for Super Saiyan. You're not gonna need the orb changing because Goten and Trunks is pretty much self-sufficient. They're gonna hit their 12 key like right off the bat. Hopefully this does not kill us. Nope. Okay. I like LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, but man, they need to give this guy some defense because it just almost all the AGL units, like when you were running like Extreme Super Battle Road AGL or Super Battle Road wasn't terrible, but Extreme Super Battle Road AGL, like none of those units could tank at all, and it was just a pain trying to get through that stage because they all would take so much damage up front. So right now Trunks is sitting at 211k, Goten's 144k because he couldn't super for that one turn because we got sealed. We're gonna stick Trunks up front, just so he can super. I don't think this will kill us, so hopefully we can withstand some of this damage. I'm bringing the ghost tanks, as I like to call him, on his rotation 1 for because he's going to heal a bunch and he's an orb changer. And I think he links up pretty well with Goten. I forgot to show the links, so hopefully we'll get another rotation where I can show him off again. So he should coming up in like 2 or 3 turns. Goten's doing his thing. Also because you guys probably have him, and so he's another free-to-play unit you can bring along. I know not everyone might have like a huge summonable box, so some free-to-play units every now and then to bring along will help out. So let's actually stick Gohan first, and saying 144k, didn't mean to do that. Alright, Krillin should be going bye-bye here shortly because this is type disadvantage for him. And let's see how much damage this does. 3.1. I don't know about you guys, but when the 6-year anniversary comes up, I'm pretty content with not pulling any Gohans, just because mine's not rainbowed, but he's been on so many like anniversary banners that I honestly could deal without him this anniversary. Give me all the Gokus and Vegetas, but like I'm good with not having Gohan pop up a couple times on this anniversary. That and Cell, like I'm good. I don't know. Oh, are we gonna get? Oh, son of a bitch! Come on. I hate that mechanic the most. Of all the mechanics that are such a pain, I hate this one the most. I don't want to float him off, considering we're gonna lose some of that passive ability. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Like it's that's the most annoying mechanic there is. This actually might be good in the sense, let me activate Luis. You're actually gonna see what they look like when they're separated, because you're not gonna get, good thing I activated Luis, you're not gonna get that mechanic from their passive when you have them linked up with a Goten and Trunks. Like it's just gonna drop off. Like the support to allies is not gonna be there. The damage reduction is not gonna be there. The additional, I believe, attack might not be there. I have to look at their passive again, but so we're gonna see what they look like out of it. And that was actually a very impressive turn. I guess it was like the last hurrah before they get split up, right? So we do have a Whis active, so Gohan should be okay on this turn. Let's get these, get some extra healing with Trunks. Didn't really do that much, so honestly, if you didn't pull Goten and Trunks, the Dokkanfest from the banner, this might be a unit that you want to pick up with coins later on because of Kamehameha and that leader skill. So it's going to be worthwhile to have them in the future. Maybe by then, by maybe the worldwide when that comes back around, or Tanabata, we'll start seeing some maybe new units for Kamehameha, and that will give kind of this category in Super Saiyans maybe a little bit of a buff. I know everyone's kind of waiting on Pure Saiyans to get another category lead, and so maybe that would come first, and then we could see possibly a buff to Super Saiyans. I'm hoping. So not linked up with Trunks. He's still sitting at 200k defense. Let's see actually what drops off with it real quick. His chance of performing a critical hit 18%, reduces damage by 18%, and all allies attack and defense plus 18% when there's an ally who includes Trunks. So that part of his passive is gone. He still has attack and defense plus 100%, and attack plus 100% is still there. So keep that in mind when you're running this unit. And with his links active, he has Golden War, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, not linked up with Trunks. Honestly, this is not going to go well if we just keep Spear Bomb absorbed Goku in the first slot. Don't think his defense is really up to snuff either. So we're going to do this. I'm probably going to activate an Android 8 just to be safe, because he's also not getting that damage reduction that we would need, and it's type disadvantage for him, so it's not going to be the best thing in the world. We're going to see the Dokkan attack, which will be good to see how much damage he'll actually do. Would have been better with the Trunks, but that damn stun locking, or not stun lock, but locking rotations is absolutely miserable. And wow, I messed that up. Shame on me. And it's literally, that is like the worst ability. I think the God event, one of them ends up locking the rotation, which is going to be my worst. 2.5 is going to be my absolute worst event, because I hate that mechanic so much, because they make these teams where you have to link them up fairly well with each other, or have that passive where you have to link up these units with each other. So it creates a lot of problems when you end up floating off a unit because you lock the rotation. Now, another way you could get around it with this team is just have a Krillin on your team, or Android 18. Speaking of Android 18, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a showcase of Android 18 on her own category. I think that she would look better on her own team as opposed to running them with the Goten and Trunks. You certainly can run her on this team with Goten and Trunks. However, if you really want to show her off, she needs to be on a main rotation. You could add her as a floater unit, but I think that she'll perform way better when she has her own linking partner. She has her own category lead. So that's what I'm going to be doing with Android 18 in the next video. So stay tuned for that. Honestly, and also, if you guys are enjoying this video, please leave a like down below. Comment down below if you were impressed by this unit, what do you think they could have done better, or if you think they got the EZA just right. Let me know. Or if you guys had amazing luck on summoning on the Dokkanfest, let me know that too. Don't be afraid to flex on me. I wasn't able to pull them, so no hard feelings. I'm just saving for the 6th year. Also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We'll be doing more showcases, more fun, more crazy new videos with the 6-year anniversary units. Hopefully when they come out, I can pull them. Hopefully I didn't jinx myself. Also hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my videos and once they drop. So let's get back to the showcase. We have Trunks and Goten linked back up together. The boys are reunited. Everything's back and great in the world. Goten actually does link up real well with the Ghost Tanks. I think there's like 4 or 5 links active. So they can be run with the free-to-play unit. Hypothetically, let's say if you had the Goten and you didn't have the Trunks. So keep that in mind. It's not the end of the world if they're not linked up together. As we saw, they still are able to run separately and hold their own. Once we get the Trunks back on rotation, we'll probably finish up. So if you're wondering what happened, good old LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku got us killed. Essentially, I wasn't really paying attention and ends up taking a super attack and taking 400k damage. Rotation that we wanted. I had to restart a couple times, so hopefully this was the best damn attack stat I've ever seen from this Trunks. Because honestly, on this team, or excuse me, on this event, it is the most difficult because once you get later on, they lock your rotations, which is the most damn frustrating thing in the world. So he's sitting at 100k defense. Again, he hasn't supered. This is turn 1. All links active. Let's see what he can do. I swear, Trunks, you better wow me with his attack stat, because honestly, this was the biggest pain in the ass to get. Damn locking rotations. I hate the events that are locking. So 3.1 out of Goten. Every link active except Kamehameha. We've seen it before. 2.8, 79%. It's better be a crit. 2.5 crit. Doesn't get the additional super, but I'm assuming he'd probably be at a 3 mil attack stat. He does have support on rotation from that Trunks, all links active. So if you do have that Trunks, throw him on rotation with the other Trunks. He will look very, very impressive. So that's going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.